not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those thugs.
Hello, everybody. This is the Channel 6 podcast tonight. And tonight we have a special show. We're going to change it up a little bit. You got me, Polo Smith.
I don't know how much I know about golf, but I know a little bit about the Masters.
Right.
So that's good enough. That works.
That's right.
Yeah. So, how many years you been going to the Masters?
Man, this will be my 13th year working, I guess, I work for a subcontractor that is at the Masters. So this will be my 13th year doing it from a work aspect. And then before that, I went for a couple of years just and attended when I lived up in the Augusta area. So I've been out there probably about 15 years.
Okay. And I know it got to be an experience, man. You get to see all those golfers, man.
Man, it's crazy. The golfers, celebrities. When we lived in Augusta, it was funny. Everybody was always when we first moved up there, everybody's like, man, you got to get out of town for the Masters. It's going to be crazy. All these people come in, and I'm like, I stayed my first year, and I'm like, this is the best time of the year, man. You got just a buzz around town, celebrities in town, golfers in town. I mean, it's like the whole world just stops for a week and looks at Augusta, Georgia, man. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Man, I know. I have an uncle. He sometimes works the Masters too. So he told me a lot about it. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get up there one year.
Yeah,
as a fan.
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that. The spring breaks. Like I worked in Columbia County. The spring break for Columbia County, Richmond County is on Masters Week. So it takes a lot of those students work there, teachers work there, administrators work there. So it takes a lot of those folks to actually run the tournament and do that. So it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah,
I want to be there. At some point before I leave this earth, I need to be there and see it.
Yeah, I think I think it was golf.com put out a graphic. It was like last week. The average ticket price every day is at least $1,000. So everybody that asked me for tickets, I just sent them that picture. I'm like, this is why I can't get you tickets. I have to work to go there. That's the only way I get in as I work. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm right here in Brunswick, and they just had the players.
That's right.
Right in Jacksonville. So the excitement I see online for people just going to TBC, Sawgrass, and all that stuff, man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I went to this is something I was going to talk about a little later, but we can talk about it now. I went to the players about 3 or 4 years ago. I took my boys because little known fact is if you buy one ticket, I believe it's kids 15 and under get in free. Oh. And it's up to 4 kids. So I went down there. I bought one ticket. My boys got in free. We went down and sat on the Island Green down there. And but you get to have unlike the Masters, you get to have your cell phone. So at the Masters, you cannot carry a cell phone into the Masters at all.
Wow.
And why not? Why not?
I don't know the official answer. I think it's for the disruptions and fans on there snapping pictures. I mean, and it is also limited to or it also includes media. So media, I do some work with the media up there. So the media also cannot take their phones out of the press building. So there's a huge press building up there, and they have to leave their phones in that press building when they go out. So it's crazy, man. If you see a cell phone ring out there, you're probably gonna see people running because it's a media. If you're a patron, which is what they call. That's what they call the fans, basically. If you're a patron and your phone rings, or you have a phone on you, you're out, man, immediately.
So you saying they're kicking you out?
Yeah.
You're out, and there's a good chance they're gonna take your tickets, look up the number on them, and you'll never get to come back.
Uh, yeah, it's like that, Mike. It's like
Oh
that.
my goodness! Oh no!
And
I
see,
can tell you some stories off the podcast. How about that?
Hey, we can do that. We can do that.
because I know at the players, man. I know a couple of weeks ago, because I was telling my wife at the players, they had like it's a big party down there at the players, man.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I see, man. I got a couple of players' hats. I had to get them in the mail, man. My wife was like, what do you got?" I was like, "Hey, I'm getting back into my golf, man."
Speaking of which, I was just on Amazon a few hours ago. Man, I just ordered me a nice Callaway snapback, a Callaway left glove, and some Callaway shoes. I'm ready to
There you
go.
go. You're
Yeah,
ready to go.
All,
Then.
so far. I'm gonna get my clubs once I touch down in Georgia in June.
That's
okay,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
So Cliff, who you think the favorites for the tournament gonna be?
Let's see. I took some notes and wrote down some things because I said I'm
All
probably
right,
gonna forget it.
all
But
right.
I think the favorite, the guy that's hot right now. You talked about the players. The guy that's hot. How's it going, man? The the
Yeah.
guy that's hot right now is McElroy. So
Yep.
Oh really? Oh really?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
boy.
Rory is hot right now. Just won the players, and I mean, there's so many people. It's funny because people all the time ask me, at the Masters, who do you cheer for, whatever, and I say I like Rory, and people say it's funny. They're like, you like a guy that's not from the United States? I'm
Oh
like,
my
that
God!
doesn't make any difference to me, man. So
No.
No.
uh,
You
I
like who
know,
you like.
and I don't remember the year off the
Big fan.
top of my head, but ever since he kind of choked away a few years ago
Hmm.
back at the Masters, I've been rooting for him, man, because that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah,
So
I remember that. I remember that.
he needs that one, man. He needs that one. Once he gets that, he'll have the career Grand Slam,
Yep.
and he can kind of just do what he does from there. But I'd say he's a favorite. I mean, Scotty Scheffler, if you're looking at
Yep.
That's who I was
betting,
thinking.
yeah, he's number one in the odds right now as far as bets. You got your guys like John Rahm. You got some of your live guys too, which I don't know the whole
I-
PGA versus live thing. You
oh
probably
yeah,
heard a little bit
man.
about that, but
Hey,
uh,
isn't Dustin Johnson gonna be in there?
yeah, Dustin Johnson will be there.
Yeah, yeah, he'll be
So
there.
anybody that's ever won it automatically gets an invite.
Okay.
So like Tiger Woods, he's not going to play because he's hurt, but he'll get an invite.
Hmm.
Jack Nicklaus gets an invite. He's not going to play, but he'll get out and be like an honorary starter. So
Mm.
that's the way it works, man. Once you get that, once you win, you get the green jacket, you get a lifetime membership,
Oh man. Oh man.
and you're always invited back and treated like a champion.
Yep.
Even the guys that were just 1 year, one hit wonders,
Yep. Yep.
same thing.
Hey, that lifetime thing sounds really good, man.
That's a great place to be for life for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm gonna throw out a name, Cliff. He been hot. He hasn't won a tournament this year, but he came close. Justin Thomas.
Yes, he's
Justin
one that
Thomas.
can. He's a good pick too. I had a couple of dark horses that I say. One that always does really well is Tony Finau.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Tony plays really well at the Masters. Big dude, tall dude, wears all the Nike stuff. I mean, he's a fan favorite. And then Victor Hovland is another name
Yep.
you probably heard.
Yep.
I would say he's a young guy. I mean, he's a lot younger than me, but he's been around for a bit. He won the low amateur there, probably been 5 or 6 years ago, and neither of those guys have won a major. Hovland's been really, really close. Finau's been pretty
Yep.
close, but through all of their Masters, they've averaged 21st and 22nd, which if you take sounds bad, but if you average everything together, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
So they've been kind of knocking on the door.
Knocking on the door right there. Oh man.
Okay. I have a question. Cliff.
What's up, man?
So you saying that you think, as far as like the number one favorite to win it would be Roy?
I just think he's tight right now, man. I think, I guess betting odds say that Scheffler's world number one. I believe McIlroy's world number two.
Yeah.
The betting odds have Scheffler number one, but I just think McIlroy seems to have it going now. I haven't watched a ton, but I was reading that, Scheffler's putter's been kind of off. So, man, it doesn't matter how hard you hit it at Augusta, man. If you can't putt, those greens are brutal. I mean, you hit the wrong ledge on there, and it's going to go in the water. It's just going to keep rolling.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to have your putter. You got to have some putter confidence going for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I watched him last week. I think last week probably was the best his putter been all year.
That's right.
Because he's been off. Like he had a couple of temper tantrums. I saw a couple of games, a couple of tournaments ago because he wasn't playing well. Yeah, man, he ain't played well really all year so far.
Oh, temper tantrums?
Yeah, I mean,
I think a couple of guys have thrown clubs the last couple of weeks too. It's always fun. So,
yeah, it's gonna be a experience. I think this is probably the best group of golfers from everything I've seen this year so far. Probably the best group. Really, you got a good mix of young guys, a couple of older guys, So it's like I think it's a good mix and good competition.
Yeah, one of the young guys that came up that I was just kind of researching, and their name kept popping up, and something kept popping up, and I'm like, "Why?"
Everybody good. Everybody screen good.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah.
Was and I might butcher his name, but Joaquin Neiman.
Yes,
he is actually number one in LIV right now. He's from Chile. Yeah, we got you.
We got you, Marcus.
But he's number one on the LIV tour right now, so he's doing well in his own perspective. I guess tour. He's invited to the Masters, so he's going to be there. So I mean, he's got some momentum coming, and he might be somebody that people aren't really talking about, thinking about.
Yeah. I wanted to get your perspective. What you think about Brooks Koepka might be coming back to the PGA Tour? I seen that's been the rumor the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Is he in LIV? He's in LIV, right? Or no?
Yes, he in LIV.
Yeah. He was on LIV. Man, I can't keep up with that. I probably shouldn't say this, but LIV's kind of like a soap opera. It's like who's with him, who's not. But I watched a little bit of the show on Netflix. Why can't I think of what it's called now? But it'll come to me in a minute and I'll think of it. But basically, Brooks had the thing of, it was kind of his perspective is, if these guys want to pay me millions of dollars to sign a contract to go play for LIV, and I can't guarantee that I'm going to make that amount of money, why wouldn't I sign that contract?
Right.
So just from being a businessman, it made a lot of sense. So Full Swing was the show. So he said that on Full Swing. So I think he's kind of toying with it. And Rory's kind of the head. Rory and Tiger are kind of the figureheads of the PGA. So that was fun to watch on the show. Was kind of how they were trying to keep everybody in the PGA going. And the other guys are kind of going to LIV, but I mean, he could get into more tournaments, probably win more money, win more money consistently in PGA. So I think the guys that jumped into LIV they're gonna fill out their contracts, and then they're gonna kind of think about what they want to do when that contract runs out.
That contract, yeah. I can see a couple of them like, I'm finna go back to where get back on the PGA Tour. Try to win some more majors or whatever,
That's
whoever it is. So I can see that.
I just pulled something up, fellas, and it's got a list of people, and it has the odds for them. And Cliff, just need your opinion on it. This guy named Colin
Morikawa.
Yeah,
Yep.
the odds for him is 15-1, and then they got Jordan Spieth from 36-1. What are your thoughts on those two?
I mean, Colin Morikawa is, I believe he's won a couple of majors, so I mean he can hit it around, he can get hot. Spieth is someone who's either, I believe, I don't have it in front of me, but he's won at least two Masters that I know of, but he's
Mm-hmm.
one that can get hot around Augusta. So I mean, taking either one of those guys, if you want to put a few bucks on them, I guess you're not you don't have a whole lot to lose, but yeah, Morikawa's definitely been hotter later. I don't know the last time Spieth won a major tournament. It's been a minute,
Yeah.
but another person. I mean, I'm gonna stop coming up with people in a minute, right? But another person that I always, and I don't know why, because he's a very likable guy, but I don't really pick him, but he won two majors last year, was Xander Schauffele.
Yep. Yep.
So,
That,
everybody talks about Scheffler and how hot Scheffler was. Xander Schauffele might have been hotter than Scotty Scheffler was. So he's another guy. He's small, compared to a lot of these big, tall guys, but he can hit it around, hits it long. So, I mean, that's what's so hard about the Masters, trying to pick somebody. It's even the years when, Tiger Woods was so dominant, you would not take – it was like you would always take the field over Tiger Woods, right? Because
mm-hmm.
the odds are just not high. It's like picking one team in March Madness. The odds
Mm-hmm.
aren't very high that they're going to go all the way through everybody and win. So, picking the field over one really hot guy is always going to be, what folks are going to come up with.
Yeah. And I'm like you, Cliff. That putter is gonna tell the story. Probably, especially the second half of the weekend. That's when it's gonna
Yep.
after the
Yep.
cut, it's gonna tell the story.
That's right. You
Yep.
got your cut. And then you got Saturday is going to be what they call moving day,
Mm-hmm.
where people are some guys going to go just score stupid low, and then everybody's going to be chasing them on Sunday. Is usually the way it works. So
Yep. Yep. Exactly right. So
Hey, go ahead,
go ahead,
Miles.
go
Then
ahead.
all right. So, Cliff, explain to the viewers that really don't know about the game of golf as far as what it entails, so the ones who is listening, potential listeners, can get an understanding on how the game golf is,
we're talking about just in general.
just in general.
Yeah. So just in general, I mean, we're talking about the Masters tournament, but I mean, golf. You want the lower scores the better. So if you see a minus, you want to see a minus next to the number. So when you tune
Mm-hmm.
in on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you don't want to look for positive numbers. You want to look for negative
Mm-hmm.
numbers. So the guy that's
Mm-hmm.
at the top with the lowest number is going to be who's ahead. You play a round on Thursday, a round on Friday, then they have a cut, and then after that you'll have about half the field will play on Saturday and Sunday. And usually the Masters does it the first 2 days they go out in threesomes. So they'll have three guys go out, and they'll have a couple of big name groups. So if you
Mm-hmm.
ever watch, like, masters.com is where it's at. I mean, they have everything on there. So they'll have their featured groups. And I don't know if the groups have been named yet. I don't think they name them until maybe Monday night or Tuesday. But they'll have a group with, like, just for example, it would be like Rory, Scotty Scheffler, and somebody else really good. They would have like two groups that everybody wants to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts, I would say, just guesstimating, about 8 or 9 in the morning. So if you're the first group on Thursday, on Friday you're going to be the last group.
Ooh.
And they're out there. They
Okay.
play 18 holes. They walk. They don't get a golf cart. They take snacks. They take snacks with them out there. There's little bathrooms they use all along the way, but they can't take forever. They're on the timer. So
Yes, sir.
there's a lot of in the walking. I mean, that was probably my biggest takeaway when I went to the Masters for the first time. It's one of those places that it looks amazing on TV, but even there, like TV doesn't do it justice. I mean, it's beautiful. And the walking in the hills, like I was not prepared. Like it's on TV it looks kind of flat, right? TV it looks flat, but there it's like straight up, straight down. I mean, the bunkers, you've got a 6'2" man standing in a bunker and you can't even see the top of his head.
Wow.
He just disappears, so huge bunkers. I mean, it's just crazy, man. It's something TV can't do it justice. But you go out there and walk around, and by the end of the day, your feet are gonna be burning. You're like, man, I don't know how they do it. So,
they used to it, man.
We won the Masters ticket lottery. It's probably been about 7 or 8 years ago. So that's just for whatever. Is you guys all need to make sure you enter that every year, right?
Okay.
Enter the ticket lottery. That's one way to get in. But we took my brother-in-law and sister-in-law to the Masters for the first time ever. And he's a big golfer, much bigger golfer than me. So he wanted to walk every single hole, every hole, which it's all right. It's first time there, right?
Right.
He wanted to walk every single hole from tee to green.
Wow.
As far as we could walk.
Wow.
And man, I tell you, by 18, we were tired.
I believe.
Now that was also on a practice round because I've been out there when there's been some major stuff going on. We're following Tiger Woods around, following somebody around that's just created a big buzz, and it doesn't even feel like, that it's like their adrenaline's going, your adrenaline's going, you're just going from hole to hole, and you don't even know how much you're walking or what you're really doing.
Wow.
So,
yeah, because you're so keyed in on just the walk alone, you're not even thinking about nothing else.
that's right. And we talked about the players. You can have your phone at the players. They have video boards at the players. They don't have any of that at the Masters. They have a scoreboard. See, the scoreboard is done manually. So they have scoreboards and they have guys who literally they're on the back of the scoreboard changing the scores out. So you hear them talking about the roars. They talk about the roars of the Masters. So, you're up at number one and you hear a roar just from way down there. And it's like, man, it's indescribable because somebody would come running back and they're like, hey, Tiger just eagled, hole number 15. And then so everybody just they start running.
Yep.
They just beeline down to wherever, And of course, I'm using Tiger because everybody just loved to follow him. But the same happens for other guys. But I mean, there's nothing like a Tiger roar. There's nothing like a Tiger gallery.
Yeah.
Probably the closest you have to it now would be like Scotty Scheffler's. Scotty and Rory are pretty hot right now, so they have a lot of followers out there.
Man, you know something though? Scotty had the best year I seen last year, probably since Tiger.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he was like winning. He went to the Olympics. He won gold medal at the Olympics. He was just hot every time. It looked like he was trailing, and all of a sudden he caught up.
That's right,
like that.
So he's one. I wrote this down in my notes, and because I was just like, when I saw it, I was like, I got to write that down because to me, he seems to be the only person right now that has a chance of catching Jack Nicklaus in Masters wins. Because I mean, Tiger's got 5. He's 49 years old.
Yep.
He just tore his Achilles. I don't know if we're going to see him come back and win a Masters.
Nah.
I think 2019 was his year. That was his moment, right? But Scheffler's sitting out there. He's 28 years old. He's got 2 Masters wins. I could see him getting 4 more in the next 15 years,
Yeah, I can see it too. And it's like he been doing it. I think he went to the University of Texas. I think that's where he been on it since he went to school when he was in college. So like I could see that. And then he learned. I went on YouTube and I saw he learned a lot from Tiger.
Right.
He
Scheffler did
a lot.
That's
So
kind of been my favorite thing about Tiger, and then the 2019 Tiger was the same guy. Is that when he came back, he kind of had all of his things that went on in the media, and the wreck, and he made that comeback, but he came back. I liked him when he was cocky, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
I liked him the whole time. But when he came back, but so many people didn't. But he came back and he took the young guys under his wing and started telling them, sharing, his knowledge of the game, love of the game, all the stuff with them. And, he was more of a mentor than, this dude that they all just wanted to beat. So that's probably the best part to me of Tiger. Best part of his story about coming back and winning that one. And but just in case you wondered, I was there when he won in 2019.
Oh
I was about
man,
to
I was
ask.
there that
I'm not
Sunday.
surprised. I'm not surprised.
And I used to have the pair of shoes because I want to say it had rained the day before. It rained the day before, so they put down this like green slick stuff, or it's not slick, but it's like oil dry almost, but it's green. And so the bottom of my Nike tennis shoes were white, and they were stained green. And I refused to wash them because I'm like, I'm not washing that off because I was
That's
wearing
a
those.
piece of history.
I was wearing those when Tiger won the Masters, right?
Right.
So,
Yep.
Right.
man, it was crazy.
Man. And it's just crazy. Now, like, a matter of fact, I was playing the video game probably 2 weeks ago, and the thing, like, I was just playing around, and they got all the courses on there except the Masters.
Right.
Because I think EA has the license to the Masters. And I was like, oh man. So on the video game clip, they call it the Legends Tournament. That's what they call the
Wow.
Masters. Yeah, because
But
they
that golf game you got is about 2K, right?
2K couldn't get the rights
That's
to
why.
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
why.
know the
EA has.
Masters made their own. They made their own game with EA a couple years ago.
Yeah, I had that one. Yeah, man. And everything Cliff say is on that video game.
Yeah, they did.
That's
I
what's
want
up.
to say when they came out. So one of the things I do is I work with media out there. So I know they had, and I wasn't there the day that they did this, but they brought they had some of the NFL guys came out.
Mm-hmm.
NFL and celebrity guys came out and girls came out and played the EA game in the media center.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I was upset because they had, I believe they had Josh Allen and they had Lamar Jackson.
Oh wow!
And they were there in the media center, which is really close to where I work. And they were like, "Yeah, Josh Allen was just here," and I was like, "What? I miss Josh Allen." But
Wow!
that's something too. Just thinking about the Masters, it's like I do get to see some cool people, but it's also one of those places like you can't treat people like you can't be starstruck there.
Right.
Like you have to have a certain like decorum. Like I've been. Somebody was asking me like, "Have you ever seen Tiger Woods? You ever met Tiger Woods?" I've walked past him. I mean, I've had him walk. Right here, and all I can do to him, I can give him this one.
Yep.
Hell nah.
That's it. Head nod.
I give him the old head nod.
Yeah.
Because if I stop him and I say, "Oh man, Mr. Woods, you're great," that's not good for the company.
Right.
So,
So you
Yeah.
just gotta stay composed at all times, eh?
Got to stay composed, man. Got to stay composed. So,
Hey, you sound like me, Cliff, because I think it was last year. Down here in Brunswick, they had the RSM Classic.
that's right.
And Tom Brady and Caitlin Clark was here. And I was at work. I'm like, what? Somebody sent me the text. I'm like, you lying? Like, nah, they out here right now. I'm like, wow. Like, wow.
I think I remember seeing their picture from there.
I like a lot of people's like, what Tom Brady doing in brother? I'm like, the golf tournament, man. I'm like the golf tournament because that's a pretty nice course too. I've been out there, so
Yeah, and they have some big name guys that come and play that. I know they have certain events that they have to play X number of events, and there's certain events that are required for them to do. So I don't know if that one's on there or not.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I can't think of the guy's name. He's
Excuse me.
young. He's a young kid too. He when he puts the ball, it's kind of weird. Cliff. He
Yeah.
wear glasses. He kind of grew his hair out.
Is that Ashke
Yes,
Batia?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I know he was there last year. He was there last year.
Yeah, he's a big you've got him and then there's another guy with a similar name. And they're just, I mean, there's a whole group of young guys, and you look at them and you're like, man, you don't look like a traditional golfer, but they're going out there and winning tournaments. So
Yeah, and he almost won the Players a couple of weeks ago. He was in third place for a good minute.
right,
And then I think his putt, matter of fact, it's like Cliff said, his putter let him down. He couldn't putt for nothing on the last day.
that's the old saying that everybody hates to hear, but it's true, right? Drive for
Right,
show, putt for dough.
right. He's right about that. He's right about that.
Hey, I'm looking at these predictions here now. You say they got Sheffield at plus 460. I'm just gonna read the top 7.
All right,
Rory at second at plus 650. Colin Marikawa at plus 15. Third place. This fourth guy, Ludwig
Aberg.
Aberg
Yeah,
at plus 17, and he's tied with fifth with John Rahm. And Bryson DeChambeau plus 21, and then lastly, there's plenty more. I'm just doing the top 7. Xander,
Shoffley.
yeah,
Yeah,
Shoffley.
yeah. That's right.
Also tied with Bryson at plus 21.
And I'm not gonna lie, Cliff. I think Bryson could. I know he would live now, but he could be an X factor too.
Man, he had I forget what day it was, but I was out. It was one of the days I got to go watch last year, and I was on. I want to say it was 13. I was sitting on 13, and he hit a shot, and it made the news, and it was all over TV. He hit a shot, and it was out of It was out of bounds, but he could play it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
he went and picked up. There's these huge signs, and the sign was in the way. And the sign has like 4 little cross things that tells you like where to go. Probably stands about 10 feet tall. He goes up there and picks the sign up out of the ground like Paul Bunyan,
Wow.
grabs it, and everybody's just cheering, yeah, going crazy, and then lays it down and goes to hit a shot. And then I think they came up and told him, one of the rules guys like came from behind a tree and was like, hey man, you can't do that. So he put it back, but then he hit it all the way from wherever he was, which was no man's land. He put it on the green within like 10 feet, and everybody went crazy.
Yeah, I
So,
bet.
he's
Man,
he's really good.
yeah, he really good. When he get, I notice when he gets hot, he another one, man, that can, man. Like I said, it's a lot of young guys that can get hot.
Yeah, and he's a polarizing. He's kind of like Brooks Koepka. Is that some people probably more Brooks than Bryson, honestly, but he has some haters. Like some people don't really like Brooks, some people don't really like Bryson. So I think they use that to kind of fuel what they're doing. Whether it might be 2 people, but they use that to drive. Like, man, there's people out there that don't like me, so I'm just gonna do my thing to
Right.
prove
You
them
have
wrong,
to
right?
you have to use that to fuel you, man. Because if it don't, it's going to affect your play.
That's right. It's kind of like the Baker Mayfield complex, right?
There you go. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
either of those guys could do well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Cliff. I would be if I didn't ask you this question. I know it's not football season. I know it's spring ball.
Right.
Man, y'all getting a lot of hype, man. Y'all getting a lot of hype. They saying Florida, from everything I read, I wouldn't be shocked if y'all in the East.
Hey, we'll see. I just read something about DJ Lagway and shoulder surgery, so I'm hoping that's just an April
Ooh.
Fool's joke. But I was just telling someone earlier. I saw a picture of. I haven't seen DJ Lagway in person, so I don't. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I mean, I feel like he's a good sized guy, but I saw
He
a
can play.
picture of him next to Anthony Richardson,
Mm.
and he is probably seems like about this much taller than Anthony Richardson, and just
Wow.
and bulkier. Like he
Wow.
just seems more muscular. So I'm like,
Muscle, yeah.
I mean, Richardson made people look silly, So
Yeah, he did. He did.
he's
He
gonna be
did.
he's gonna be good. It's like anybody else. Got to keep him healthy.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
He
But
can't just sit back and run around, run for his life, and expect to stay good. But a lot of talent coming in, a lot of big receivers. Maybe one of the best receiver cores in the nation.
yeah, I saw
At least
that.
in the SEC, anyway, right?
Yeah, I saw that because I noticed Florida didn't use they used the transfer portal, but they didn't use it like crazy. They said Billy Napier wanted to build from the high school ranks, which I don't blame him. That's his roots, man. So
That's right.
I don't blame him. I would have did that, and I'm glad y'all didn't fire him either because
We'll see. I mean, he should be thanking DJ Lagway because I'm pretty sure he saved his job. So that
yeah, cause man, I heard rumors that they was thinking about bringing back Urban Meyer. I was like, what?
Woo,
Like,
yeah,
woo. I
yeah,
got some news for y'all though.
we already
In
sold our
particular,
soul once. So
yeah.
well, check this out. It says here, per ESPN, my boys, FSU will be joining the SEC along with Clemson and North Carolina by the year 2028.
okay.
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it.
I'd never heard much about it, but I don't know if you guys ever watch or read Paul Feinbaum. You know who Paul
Yeah,
Feinbaum is,
yeah. Oh
right?
yeah. Mouth
Mouth
of
of
the
the South.
South.
Yeah, Paul, right? But he said something one day about the SEC was actually years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, they were doing a study to essentially find out if they could break out of college football. So
What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
So you take, you like think about this. If you add North Carolina, if you add Florida State, if you add Clemson, they're basically saying, I don't care if you think Ohio State's better. I don't care if you think Oregon's better. We have the best teams in college football. We're going to go do our thing over here, and it's going to be called SEC football. And we know the person out of this is going to be the best team in the country. Right. So something like that has been explored, but I mean, I just don't know what that. But you keep adding teams. I mean, that's
Well, Cliff, you watch soccer. You know that's what happened with Real Madrid and AC Milan. That's what they tried to do, form their own super
right.
league, pretty much.
Super leagues.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if the SEC tried that. That wouldn't shock me.
It'll just be them and the Big Ten. They might as well just, man, if they want to do that, just divide the map. Have one section go to the Big Ten and the other section go to the SEC.
East and West, AFC, NFC, right?
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. So Cliff, what you think about Dan Mullen getting a second chance at UNLV?
He probably deserves one. I mean, I hope he learned how to recruit, but he's definitely a good play caller, no doubt.
Yeah, he is.
Definitely a good quarterback developer. But I think what did him in at Florida was just not recruiting at a high enough level.
And at Florida, you wouldn't think he would have that problem at Florida. You know what I mean? You
wouldn't think.
Nah, you got kids in Gainesville. You got kids in Jacksonville. I'm not even going down to Orlando, Miami.
South Georgia.
Georgia.
Just Florida as a whole, man.
Yeah.
But the problem is now is that, where 20 years ago, a lot of the big name Georgia guys were going to Florida. So now it's reversed. A lot of the Kirby's got them going to Georgia. So So I mean, they're recruiting. Yep, see the flag back there. He's like, they're recruiting better. I mean, Florida State. I mean, their last year was terrible. We know, right?
Yeah.
But their recruiting has been off the chart. Miami,
yes,
Miami the same way, and then you throw in NIL into all this, and that just crazy.
Yeah. Because I know the Pac-12 is trying to reform. I don't think it's ever gonna be what it was.
it's not going to be the same, man.
No, like they talking about
They'll end up
what?
being a better basketball conference than a football conference.
Yeah,
Correct.
I think the only way to make it work is put some folks on contracts. You know, you talk about what can you do, and these guys opting out of bowl games and this and that. Just go ahead and turn it into what it is. Put a written contract out there that you're going to play X number of games if you're not hurt. You know, make it like a mini NFL, and then the guys that want to continue on college, want to get their college degree, help them do that. And other than that, then it can just be a minor league football system. You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
So basically, what you're saying is with the contract, right? If they don't meet all the requirements on the contract, then they won't see all the money that they're supposed to get. Pretty much.
That would be what I think. It's because it's ridiculous. I saw a graphic, and it's Carson Beck. There was a graphic out there that he's getting paid more to go to Miami than what is it? Brock Bowers' salary.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers' salary and like two other guys' salaries combined
Yep.
to go play 1 year of college ball.
Yeah, and it's true too.
Wow, that's a damn shame right there.
Yeah.
And then think about this. He coming off a bad year. You got to remember, this was the guy that was supposed to be
and an injury.
Yeah, and an injury. And he was supposed to be a top 5 pick before the season started last year. So, like, I don't know. I'm really shocked he didn't go to North Carolina.
Why there?
That's true.
Because Belichick, they were trying to get a quarterback.
Now that being said, if I was in his position and had the talent, which I'm not sure how much talent he has, but he has some. But I would probably be taking offers too, right? You know.
Yeah.
People see dollar signs. They start looking around.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Correct, man.
So, all right, let's see. So next year, I know it's way early, Cliff. I know it's way early. But where do you think Florida can end up next year with the talent y'all have?
What are you talking football, right?
Yeah, I'm talking football.
Okay. He's already said earlier Florida's going to win it all in basketball. So
yeah,
he just didn't say that on the record.
Hey, Cliff, I got you, man. I picked Florida to win the tournament, bro. I picked Florida to win the tournament. Look, far as basketball, I like your team, man. I like your team.
I haven't studied a whole lot about football next year, but I think Florida could definitely be in the playoff. You know, and I think it's going to be. I think this new 12 team, right?
Yeah.
12 team playoff. It's going to be kind of like you see in the NFL, where if you get a team that gets hot, somebody gets hot their last 2 or 3 games and can ride that momentum into the playoff. They could make a deep run. So I could see Florida going in, winning some games. Ohio State. The Ohio State's freshman receiver Smith.
Yeah.
He is just out of this world. So there's going to be some talent everywhere. Georgia. I don't know who Georgia has. Georgia's going to be good though, right? They got like Bobby Boucher as their quarterback. They're probably still going to win 13 games, but you know.
I like that one, Cliff.
Y'all gonna be introduced to them real soon.
Hey, he's gonna get some practice in because he was like floating some 3-yard passes in that last game. But hey man, Georgia's been dominant so long. Everybody was just loving to watch him struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
bit.
the days Florida used to beat them every year.
Every year.
Every year. He used to
So-
beat them. So, it just come a
But
time, it
they
just reversed.
turned.
Yeah. Yeah.
The tables turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I agree with Cliff, y'all, because think about it. When the playoffs started this past season, Notre Dame was the team that got hot. Because nobody had
Yep.
Notre Dame, and I'm a Notre Dame fan, but nobody had Notre Dame getting in the championship game.
That's right.
Yeah. Especially after y'all lost to NIU.
Northern Illinois. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like,
But y'all had a little help from ESPN too.
Marcus Freeman did a heck of a coaching job, and you did it with a quarterback that couldn't throw.
Yes. I think Texas could be interesting too.
Yeah, but Art Fanning, yeah.
Because I feel like they should have turned him loose in the playoffs last year. I kept waiting on it. When they were struggling with Ewers, I was like, go ahead and throw him in, take the wheels off, But he's definitely a lot quicker than any of the other Mannings out there.
Yeah,
God,
yeah. He got a little bit of wheels on him.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got a little wheels.
And he might even be a somewhat of a better passer, but that remains.
His daddy was the one that was the wide receiver, so of course he would get the athletic ability.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So we got Texas. Heck, I'm gonna tell you a team in the SEC, they'll probably be good again I don't know if the quarterback came back for 8th season or not, but Vanderbilt.
Oh, what's that boy's name?
What is his
What's
name?
that boy name?
Is it Pavia?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know.
South Carolina as well.
Yeah. But you know what I think hurt their momentum a little bit? That loss to Illinois, man. That was when the coach was about to fight and all this stuff on the sideline. That was crazy.
Who you talking, SC?
A lot of teams made offers. Is it Sellers?
Yeah.
A lot of teams made offers, including Georgia, to try to get Sellers to come join them.
Wow.
So,
was this recent you seen?
Yeah.
Last month or so. Month and a half.
So okay.
So yeah, I gotta give Beamer a little bit of credit because man, South Carolina football been down for a while.
Yeah, they've been down.
They've been down. And
ever since Steve Spurrier left them high and dry, right?
Yep. That's might be longer than that. Because man, they've been bad. They were bad. They were bad. But
who you say? Lou?
Lou Holtz.
Oh,
yep, Lou Holtz. That's right. I forgot about
school.
Lou Holtz.
Lord.
Yeah. But I can see like I believe we'll know what Carson Beck is the first game of the season.
That's right.
Because they played Notre Dame.
They play who?
Ooh.
They played Notre Dame first game of the season
Oh.
in Miami.
Oh.
I mean, we know he's going to be good for about 3 interceptions, so you can go ahead and.
Yeah. You right about
that. You call it, boy? You calling that early?
He right about that, man.
And that was the downside of Carson Beck. He always had to dig himself out of a hole, and sometimes he didn't get in. Time always run out with him. Sometimes
that's right.
You can't play from behind.
No.
Man, no. Hey, Cliff, get this here, man. My boys got Alabama first game of the season.
Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
And the quarterback from Savannah transferred, right?
Yeah, he did. What is his name? To my tape, is it Is it Tate Rodemaker?
He's got a
No. Luke Crummerholt or something.
Yes, that's
Yeah, he went to Mississippi State, I believe.
okay.
I believe.
Mm,
I think.
mm.
But that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
But y'all know
You
what's
gotta do
gonna
what you
be
gotta do.
interesting. Y'all know the coach that's probably gonna be on the hot seat first game of the season. To me, probably gonna be James Franklin because
Yeah.
Penn State spent a lot of money this offseason. They took Ohio State's defense coordinator from them. So
That's who was gonna be on the hot seat had he not won the title.
oh, you talking
Ryan
about
Day.
Ryan Day? Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh
That's right.
boy.
Yeah. If Ryan Day didn't win national championship, he was gonna be fired.
So he had the most expensive lineup, right, in college
Mhm.
football.
Yes. They said what 40 million? Is that correct?
No, it's like 100 something, I think, with everybody
Yeah.
added up.
Yeah. They
Over
did
$100 million?
Jesus.
Yeah.
I could
I
be
think
God,
the
wrong. I don't know.
quarterback room,
Fact
the
check me on that.
quarterback close to it. I think the
Jesus,
quarterback
man.
room was like 40 million.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you gotta think of all the players Ohio State had on that team this past season, man. That ain't look. They spent so much money. They paid Chip Kelly to quit his job at UCLA to be the offense coordinator for him last year.
That's right.
They knew last year was a must-win situation.
They had two NFL running backs on the team.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And both of them might
Yeah,
end up with the Raiders. As
They
crazy as
could,
that
yeah.
sounds.
I think the Raiders gonna get that boy from Boise, man. That number 6, man.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Well, let me go to the draft real quick, y'all. But the rumor, I'm telling you, they was on Jacksonville radio today talking about it. Jaguars might take him at 5.
Talking about Genty.
Yes,
It's a hometown guy, right?
hometown guy, and they need a running back. They got Travis Etienne, but they ain't giving no contract extension yet.
Said the
I thought you said they was making a big deal for Travis Hunter at one point.
Yeah, but it seemed like New England and the Giants, to me, look like that might where he might end up.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't know if Jacksonville gonna do it, but it's a lot of steam.
Hey, let's just throw
Oh,
this out there too. The last time the Jaguars passed on a hometown guy, they still hadn't heard the end of it.
yep, he ain't like yep.
And who?
You talking
Tim Tebow.
Oh.
Tim Tebow. They ain't heard the end of that. The last time they passed up on it, yep, that's right.
They didn't let him play quarterback, tight end, running back, nothing.
Yep,
Mm.
that's right. That's right. He right. So
Got to get butts in the seat. That way you can save your team.
yeah,
Good point,
cause
man.
why you think they fired Trent Baalke? They wanted the coach they wanted. Cause if they didn't fire Trent Baalke, Buddy from Tampa was not coming.
That's right.
He was not coming. So I won't be shocked if they take him at running back. It would not shock me. Cause at first I kept saying they need an offensive lineman, they need a they need a defensive tackle. But the more and more you look at it, they got rid of Trevor's leading receiver. He gone. Christian Kirk gone. Then you got rid of his tight end. He gone. He ain't got no weapons. So you got to get him some weapons.
It's just that when Christian Kirk is your number one receiver, it's not a good time.
Right.
And he's a good player, but he's not
Yeah, he is.
Right.
a one really anywhere else.
He'll be a number 2 on a maybe a 2 possible 3 depending on which team. But he's at Houston now, so
Yeah, we'll see.
he
And see, that whole AFC South is wide open anyway. Every year that division wide open. Somebody threw out a scenario to me today at work. I was like, I ain't thought about that. They were talking about Tennessee because I felt like Tennessee is taking Cam Ward, after the pro day
They is.
and all
They
that
is.
stuff.
They
Well,
is.
the guy was telling, he just brought up the scenario. He said, they ain't got another pick after that pick to the 4th round.
Wow.
Ooh. Ooh.
So, yeah. So he was like, it could be a scenario. He said, I don't think it's going to happen. They might trade down. I was like, what? I was like, I did not know. I didn't know they ain't have no other picks to the 4th round.
Damn, they got to get this right, man.
They got to get this right. If that's true.
If they don't have a pick till then, they might need to get Shador where he can run around and not get killed as much.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
He's a little more mobile than Cam Ward, I believe.
I got a question. Where you think Shador gonna end up, Cliff?
Man, I have no idea. I'm guessing the Giants, though. That's what it sounds like.
A lot of people
especially since especially since the interest is mutual between both parties. Shador's been, advertising that he want to go there. He had his cleats in the in that conference championship game, right? In the Giants colors and stuff.
It was a bowl game.
It was a bowl game. Plus, that's a big market where his pops want him to go anyway. So he'd be good for the Giants.
I heard somebody say earlier, if he can handle the pressure of being Deion Sanders' son for his entire life, he can handle New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, spot on there, man.
Spot on. And then he goes to New York. He ain't gonna start the first year because they got Russell Wilson and Jameis.
That's right.
Yep.
So he can sit. He at least can sit a year, at the very least. But I know I saw they said New England, and I kind of went on YouTube, saw little New England station. They love Travis Hunter. That's pretty much who they want. They want Travis Hunter. So, and it sounds like they want him to play receiver. So
they need a receiver.
They do.
They need a receiver. They need everything.
They need everything. Yeah. Even though they had a good free agent haul, they still got a lot of work to do.
Say they get him. Do you think they should have his snaps even on both defense and offense? Or one should be more than the other a little bit?
One should be more than
this is for everybody.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think if he go to New England, I don't think they're gonna play him on D. If he gonna play receiver, I don't even think they're gonna put him on the defensive side of the ball because they brought in what's his name to play corner, Carlton Davis from Detroit, and then they brought in they still got Chris Gonzalez or whatever.
Yeah, he did number one.
Yeah, so I don't even see him seeing the defensive side of the ball.
CK,
he'll play.
What you think?
But they'll have some packages for him.
CK, what you think, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking Miles knows more of the personnel than me, so I'm gonna agree with him and say if they're pretty good on defense, you might as well develop him to be a number one receiver.
And see, if he go to Jacksonville, that just say if he go there, I can see him playing both ways there, but I don't know what the snap count will be, because Jacksonville need a lot too.
Yeah, like I said, any team you go to, like I say, they'll have some packages in place for them, but nothing major. Like I can see a red zone play. They want to put him in at a DB for a red zone play to try to get an interception.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say he don't spot the ball from the
You breaking up, Marcus?
Did we lose him?
Yeah,
he'll be back in.
Yeah, he'll be back in.
I mean, I think I guess it fully depends on where you go. And if that particular team is like really like needed on one side of the ball, I think he will be favored the most.
He would
Yeah.
be a really good decoy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
Put him
yeah.
on
yeah.
put him on offense. I mean, he could catch the ball too. So I mean,
Hmm.
put him in on a. I put him in on a Hail Mary for both sides. I put him on offense and defense.
Yeah.
Put him on a Hail Mary play. I mean, super athletic, but I think it just depends on the team and the need.
Yeah.
Agree,
Yeah.
agree.
I think the team that's gonna be a wild card through this, at least those first 6 or 7 picks, is probably the Raiders.
Why you say that?
Cause Pete Carroll ain't go there for no rebuild, man. He ain't go there for no. You see the moves they made. They went and got Geno Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They could have waited
yeah,
and just drafted a quarterback, but he like, no, we going to get a vet, somebody I know my system. They got Chip Kelly to be the OC. Tom Brady basically running the show. So
yeah.
so I could see the Raiders. Maybe let's just say, if the Raiders feel like Jacksonville gonna take Genty, I can see them trying to move up a little bit.
That might be the. It might have been this year too, but that might be the toughest division in the AFC. Uh,
Yeah.
you get
The
the
West.
Broncos outperformed expectations last year. Chargers, and they didn't
Uh-huh.
do the greatest, but I think the Raiders are going to be on the come up. Chiefs are always good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's a tough division.
That's a real
it
tough
is.
division.
It
That's a
is.
real tough division. And then that's why I got a feeling it wouldn't surprise me if Shador went 3 or he slid. None of that will surprise me.
Now, if he slid, how far you think he's going to slide down?
I don't think it'll be that far. I can see a team say, like, I'm just gonna throw a team like a Pittsburgh who need a quarterback
Now
bad.
they got pick number 21, I believe, or
Yeah,
20,
they'll have to move up.
22,
They'll
21
have
or
to move up
22.
to get him. So I can see a team like Pittsburgh trying to move up to get him.
Yeah, New Orleans also needs one.
Yep, New Orleans. I can see that too. New Orleans make a lot of sense.
So I got a question. If I can ask a
Mhm.
question,
Oh man, go ahead.
I got a question for you, Miles. You
Go ahead.
guys can all chime in on this, but I was thinking about this morning when I was watching Sports Center, and I know you know about this because you're NFC East guy. So what is the difference? And I've watched a lot more of Jaden Daniels play in college than I did of Shador. What's the difference between Jaden Daniels and Shador coming out? Are they comparable?
They're comparable. I could say
That's a good
Shador
question, by the way.
Shador might be the better passer. Yeah, I'm going off what they was in college. I'm going off what they
Come,
was in college. Shador might be the better passer because you got to remember, Shador ain't had no offensive line.
That's
Shador
true. Good point.
Shador always been in the pro system. He been in the pro system. Now,
you keep
Jay
going.
Daniels,
I'm look up some stuff. You keep going.
all right. Jay Daniels, he did real good last year. He did real the best rookie season I've seen, other than probably RG3 maybe. You know, he did real good, but if you notice a lot of those games with the Commanders, he didn't throw no more than 20, maybe 25 passes. If you notice that.
And he probably
Yeah.
ran 10 times a game at
Right.
least.
And they didn't have the weapons in Washington. Like they had Zach Ertz, you got Terry McLaurin, you know. So they didn't really show everything they probably had on offense in the playbook. So I could see especially next season, I want to make sure he don't have a CJ Stroud type of year next year. You know, like
Sophomore
he,
slump.
yeah, have a sophomore slump. You know what I mean? Because he was so good, he almost made the Super Bowl. You know, so it's like let's let's see what you got. Because I feel like, to me, I feel like going to get Debo was a mistake.
You
Cause
think so?
yes, cause he ain't been. Be honest, he ain't been that good the last couple years, like he used to be. You know, and when a good defender is on him, catching the ball ain't his strength. You know, so I mean, I feel like they still need to get. Like I know they got Michael Gallup, but he ain't play at
Yeah.
all last year, so you don't know. You don't know what Michael Gallup gonna give you.
Hopefully they got him pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think he just signed a vet minimum deal, something like that. But I feel like in the draft they do need to get another receiver. They should get
Yeah,
him
but
another receiver.
they don't have to necessarily get that in the first round though.
No. They're trying to everything I saw with them. They trying to improve their defense. Improve, but to be honest, right now I remember when the NFC East used to be the best division, but now it's like the
Oh,
Giants and the Cowboys look
Yeah.
horrible.
They've gone from best to worst to they just up and down.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty.
I know you got
Now,
your notes, man. I know you
oh
do.
yes, sir. You know
I
it.
know.
You
I
know it.
see you.
This is the 2023 season.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Sanders first. So he had a combined passing yards of 3,812 yards
Hmm.
and 40 tubs and 4 INTs.
Okay.
Jaden had passing touchdowns. He had 40 tubs as well. Rushing touchdowns. He had a total of 10 tubs. Combined total of 50.
Hmm.
Total offense 4,946 yards.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. But we like I said, we will see next season. You got defense coordinators. They got a whole off season to see what you did last year.
True.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a
True.
that might be another that could be like an entire podcast.
right
But
there.
there's something out there that says there's only a handful of guys that have defied that are still out there. You got, Lamar, you got Jalen Hurts, you got Josh Allen. So, but you have your RG3s, you have your one hit wonders, and CJ Stroud. I mean, what is he? Is he one or not? We don't really know. Where
Hmm.
they figure it out, they just defensive coordinators figure him out.
Yep.
So how do you get? I don't know what sets those other guys apart from the guys that just get figured out. You know, I
Play
guess
calling, man. Play calling.
I
better
think
play
I
calling, better talent.
yeah.
Yeah. Was your surrounding cast, man, and better play calling, and of course, it boils down to the actual play itself, decision making.
Which I kind of thought Jalen Hurts could fall into that, but he obviously proved everybody wrong, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this about that. Man, look, last year, before we won the Super Bowl this year, last year that offense was atrocious. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Because they said Sirianni didn't want to listen to Brian Johnson before they let Brian, because I felt like they should have kept Brian Johnson.
Right.
That was my whole thing. I just felt like Sirianni wanted to run what he wanted to run. They said that's why they was arguing in the locker room and all this stuff. And that's when, after they won them 10 games on the road, that's when the whole offense and defense just torpedoed to the crap, pretty much what happened. So, and Jalen, and I'm not gonna lie, at first when the Eagles first got Jalen Hurts, I was like, I don't know, man, because we had Carson Wentz at the time. You know,
Yeah.
they had done paid him. I was like, man, I don't know if Jalen Hurts gonna be able to do it. But Carson Wentz, man, he had that injury. He was never the same. I
He got
mean,
hurt, man. He can't buy a touchdown now if he
nah,
wanted.
he could no. I read something. I don't know if he retired the other day, but I read something. He going to coach at North Dakota State. That's what I
I haven't
read.
seen it. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah,
It
I
also
thought.
didn't hurt the Eagles that they got a pretty good running back from their rivals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we ain't. I mean, it was
yeah,
armed. It was armed robbery. It was
yeah.
armed robbery, man. Like
It wasn't even
I
a
don't,
robbery because they let him walk out the door. It wasn't even a
man.
robbery.
Man, I don't understand how that dude still got a job with the
I don't
Giants.
either.
That GM with the Giants. I don't understand how he still got a job.
Who knows? Him and the owner just might be like that, man. I guess.
Nah, you ain't hear what the owner said on Hard Knocks. He was
Oh,
like,
I'm saying I don't know.
if he go to Philly, man, I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping. Yeah, it was a long
Yeah,
year for him.
He's
you
still
think?
sitting there. He'll still sitting him running in sleep.
Yep.
Having dreams
Yep.
of seeing number 26. See that right there? Holding that ring finger. I
Man,
got my ring now. You know what I mean? So hey,
man. And the only thing with the Eagles, I just want to see. We lost a lot of defensive starters, you know, because they let them walk, which I understood. You can't pay everybody. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let some people walk. Like,
yeah,
but they got some young guys. They ready to play from that Georgia pipeline. So,
That's
and
right.
I'm gonna trust my general manager. He graduated from Florida, Cliff. Howie Roseman. I'm gonna trust him. Hey, look, ever since they got rid of Chip Kelly, they won me 2 Super Bowls.
That's right.
So I'm gonna trust him.
There's a reason people don't like Chip Kelly, right?
Man, Chip,
At least
man,
as a
but
head coach.
man,
right.
But you know something though. It wouldn't shock me he go to the Raiders as the OC and have a lot of success. It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah,
It wouldn't
you can see
shock me.
that.
It
If the
wouldn't shock
players
me.
are there, if the players are there, he
I
should.
think I'm gonna be honest. What I think the Raiders gonna do, they're gonna get a lot. Don't be shocked. They get a lot of Ohio State players in this draft.
Yeah.
That wouldn't shock me. And I'm talking about all the way to the quarterback.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he could
Ah,
go pretty late.
Yeah, because
ah,
because I
mm.
ain't got to start him. We got Geno Smith. He ain't got to start. He ain't even got to play this year. He can just sit and watch. So,
I don't. I mean, it's possible, man. But what's the guy name? Howard.
Will Howard, yeah.
Will Howard.
Uh, I mean, if he go there,
Look,
he go there.
What do you
look. I
guys think
told.
about Jackson Dart?
I like Jackson Dart.
Hey, that boy can play.
I like
That
Jackson
boy
Dart.
can run, and that boy got a cannon for a right arm. So
It's
he
just
just
where
got to
where he gonna
where
Got
you
to
end
go.
get
up
a bit
at.
of body too.
It's
You know
kind
something?
of like Brett Favre. He's like an old gunslinger, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like what Cliff said earlier, the Saints make a lot of sense with him.
Yeah.
I could see him
Why
going to.
why New Orleans?
All right, how many more years you finna let Derek Carr play? That's one.
T- Two total, probably.
All right, Kelly, you hire Kelly Moore as your head coach. So I mean, he ain't got to start. He can sit. But put it like this, Derek Carr probably gonna get hurt. I hate to sound like that, but
He's
you,
probably
Hey
he
man.
might start the season hurt.
that's what I'm saying, man. Y'all got
History says he will get hurt.
he
He
will
will.
get
He's not
hurt.
going to play all
That's
18 games,
look. I
17
and
games.
the
Excuse me.
and the backup quarterback is old boy from South Carolina. Yeah, he all right, but
Spencer Ritter.
yes,
Rattler.
Rattler.
Something. Okay,
You
appreciate it,
get
fellas.
So,
I knew.
by ex-trash quarterback Desmond Ritter.
oh Lord, don't get Cliff. You can't get them started on the Falcons, especially Marcus, man. I ain't gonna. Hey, well,
Nah, you meant Ozzy. He the
oh,
main one.
Hey,
oh
Desmond.
man,
Desmond might be better than Spencer.
yeah,
Oh man,
that's
that's the same clutch. Oh
yeah.
man.
Woo.
That's why Jackson Dart make a lot of sense to New
Spencer
Orleans.
started a couple of games last year. It did. I don't think it went very well.
Nah, it didn't. It didn't go well. It didn't go
Nah,
well.
they end up in L's as far as the end result.
They might as well just put Taysom Hill in there and let him throw 8-yard
He
passes.
he's not even with them anymore, man.
Oh, they cut him. Oh wow,
Yeah, Taysom is not with New Orleans no more, bro.
I didn't even know that. I
Where'd
didn't
he
know
go?
that.
Where'd
Yeah,
he go?
Go.
he has an FA for right now
Mm.
until he get picked up.
Miles, you need to text
Yeah,
your guys
might
over at
be
the
in the
Raiders and
UFL.
have them call him.
Was that Cliff?
Text your boys over at the Raiders and have them give him a call.
Hey man, hey, I let Tom Brady have that, but
There's no telling, man.
man, I'm gonna be honest. The team that probably I ain't gonna surprise nobody. I felt like if the Eagles didn't win the Super Bowl last year, I felt like it was gonna be the Rams.
I don't know. I'm
They,
not big. I'm not big on the Rams.
I'm not
they got
either,
they
but
got
they
the
had got
squad,
hot.
man. They
They
got the
got
squad, man.
so
I
that'll be
thought it
the
was going to
only
be
reason.
could be the Lions.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a big.
That
I'm a
was
big.
another team, but what's the name just kept messing up, man. It just seems like down the stretch that got turned golf.
Golf.
Yeah, but the Lions had a lot of injuries on their
Mm,
defense, man. They lost like 9 starters, man, on their defense.
I- true, true.
That's a lot.
According to NFL.com, Taysom Hill still with the Saints.
Oh, he still with them?
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I mean,
Now I think they
oh,
gave him a chance to explore going to other teams, but he's on the roster right now.
Mm.
oh,
Something might
oh.
change at the draft night or training camp, but as of right now, he's still on the roster.
Mm.
Speaking of the Falcons, Cliff.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but might as well go ahead and just get it on out the way, man. How do you think the Falcons are going to be overall in this upcoming season?
I don't think they could be much worse. So there's that, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I probably follow the Jaguars closer than I follow the Falcons, but it's kind of a toss up. They're both equally bad, right?
right.
So I don't know. I mean, I like Penix. I didn't know honestly when he came out to relieve Cousins, and he that first I think it was the last 2 or 3 games he came out, and they
hmm
put him in on that. He led him in like a game winning drive, I think, or either they went to
Mm-hmm.
overtime and won. I was like, what in the heck, man? This guy's been sitting on the bench all year while Kirk Cousins is just throwing interception after interception
Yeah,
and
whole time he
fumbling.
was
So
good.
I don't know that he's ready to play a whole season, but I guess they're probably going to see, and I don't know. He's a likable dude, lefty, scrambles. I mean, throws a good ball. I mean, they have the pieces there.
yes,
They have the
yes.
pieces. It's just can't come together.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's throw Penix out there now. Give him a whole season. Let's rip the band-aid off now and see what we have. So if we have to move on, we go ahead and do it. We don't get bogged down for 2-3 years like we did with Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ritter.
Yes.
Let's get it on out the way now. See what we got.
And
Yep.
really, the only competition is would be Tampa, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Because Carolina ain't doing nothing.
Carolina's not doing anything. Saints probably aren't going to figure it out this year. So it's going to be a 2-team race.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And I mean, can Baker Mayfield keep pulling magic out of his butt? I don't know, but
yeah. And you got to remember, Baker Mayfield lost his offense coordinator 2 years in a row. So
yeah, he did pretty good last year, though.
yeah, he did. He did. But see, what I like about Liam Cohen, from the stuff I've been seeing from the Jaguars and listen to the radio, everybody forget. This finna sound crazy, but everybody forget he was the offense coordinator at Kentucky a few years back.
Will Levis.
And he made Will Levis look like a first round pick. I mean, I'm being honest. Like, he made Will Levis look good. They say everywhere he's been, he's improved the quarterback play. So he made Trevor Lawrence. If he can make Trevor Lawrence look like Baker Mayfield looked last year,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Give that man some damn protection. Then he'll start looking good.
well, they signed 4
My
offensive
Trevor
linemen.
Lawrence.
Yeah, give that man some protection because he got his ass whooped.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
So get him some protection first. I think this is me now. Start there and then just go from there as far as all the other position pieces. But O-line, man.
Well, he did say in his press conference, even though he messed up the whole Duval thing, he did. he did say in his press conference. He kind of put it. He said when his team get off the bus, he want them to scare the other team. So,
all right.
I mean, that means you got to get big linemen. You got to do all that. So, I mean,
he doing that Coach Longer talk, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Big people beat up little people. Yeah, he doing that talk.
Hey,
The biggest
I mean,
one off the butt first.
Mm-hmm.
Scare everybody.
Yeah, he didn't do too great on his Duval, did he?
No, man.
He took a beating on that one.
Yeah, that was yeah, it was bad. It was bad. He came back. I think he came back a few weeks later. He kind of corrected it. I was like, "Ooh, thank God." He even said, "Yeah, I messed up." He was like, "I messed up." So, I mean, but I like what they doing down there, man. I might even take my kids to a couple games because they new GM. He only 34 years old. He come from the Rams. They said
that's
he was
good.
They said he was the reason they drafted them dudes from Florida State last year. Yeah, that is, Marcus. Yeah. So
Yeah, that was it.
So we gonna see. I think they can be can be one of the biggest wild cards too on draft night. The Jaguars. That's all depends. Cause one thing I will give Shad Khan this. Even though he ain't had too many winning seasons, the man will spend money.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So, I mean, they finna get the stadium revamped, and it sounds like to me, Cliff. I don't know if you saw this, but I saw this while I was in Orlando over the weekend. Sound like the Jaguars finna be playing in Orlando. Not
Yeah,
next
man.
year, but the year after.
Really?
I've been seeing so many report stuff about that, man. It looks like it's about to. I'm surprised it's not official right now. Campbell World Stadium.
Permanent move?
Nah, not a permanent until they get the stadium they in revamped.
Oh, because are they putting the tops over there, or whatever?
Yeah.
Like Hard Rock.
Yeah. So that's the rumor right now. But because at first they were talking about Gainesville, but then I saw Florida about to do some renovation.
Yeah, they're doing it. I think they're doing it right now.
Yeah, they said they're gonna play home this year at Florida, but I think next season they're gonna play in Orlando. I saw.
Huh.
The Gators are gonna play their home games in Orlando.
A lot of things coming to Orlando.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, dang, everybody going to Orlando. I'm like,
well, hey, the good news about being a Jaguars fan and or a Falcons fan is you're in an easy division.
Yeah.
So, you got it made in your division. Just be better than one other person pretty much.
Yeah.
You could still make it to the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, one thing Washington showed this past year, just get in. That's all you got to do, get in.
Get in, good things will happen.
Yeah.
And stay healthy.
Yeah. And see, and that was one thing about the Eagles a lot of people ain't talked about. They was healthy pretty much most of the year. They were pretty healthy. So I think the Eagles got a good chance to get back, get back to the Super Bowl, but we just got to see how some of these defensive pieces and see what happens in the draft. So
hey, it's an offensive game, so I mean, as long as you can keep scoring 40 points a game, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, that's true too. Too. That's very true.
I think you guys scored about 50 on the Commanders, so
yeah. Hey, Saquon set the tone that game, man. Yeah, I mean, this man scored on the first play of the possession. I'm like, oh Lord. And like I told people, my barber went to the game. And so he said them people were going crazy.
I bet.
Out there. So yeah. So Cliff, all right, who you think y'all gonna play? You said Duke. So
my prediction for the basketball was Florida and Duke in the championship game. But I mean, Auburn's been tough, and it's really hard to beat a good team twice. So that's the same thing in football. A lot of times you see that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Teams have a way of splitting games, but it can be done.
But you have a good storyline. You have, the Todd Golden and Bruce Pearl.
He was like an assistant for Bruce Pearl, right?
Yep, he was the assistant for Bruce years ago, and now he's back and beat him in the regular season, and might beat him again. So we'll see. But Duke's been tough, man. They're gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah.
I don't know. They said this is probably the best Final Four teams that have been in like 20 years. What a lot of people were saying. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got all number one seeds.
I mean, anybody could win. Houston could win it all, and nobody would be shocked.
Right.
Or Auburn or Duke or Florida. It's just toss up. So,
what about the women?
I'm gonna be honest. I hadn't watched a lot of the women. I hear is USC still in it?
No.
Never mind.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and lay this out for you, fellas.
UConn's still in it because
I'm finna go ahead and lay it out. For you, fellas. UConn winning it all, and Paige Becker gonna be the number one pick in the WNBA draft. It's already laid out, brother.
Okay.
Way to go out on a limb, mate.
Book it.
That's what I was about to say. Way to go out.
Book it.
That was a provocative pick.
Book it.
That was a very provocative.
Hey man, I've been UConn for years, and they're not changing now.
Hey, is Carolina still out there?
Yeah, Carolina's still in it. South Carolina's still in there.
All right, I'm gonna pick South Carolina. How about that?
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm taking South Carolina.
just to go against you.
Yeah. He taking Connecticut. Like, I mean, he sounded like he went way out on a limb, man. I'm like,
I went out a little bit, not too far, not too much, just a little bit, That's all.
Like picking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Picking the Yankees to win the World Series or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Yankees. You could at least said a home team, bro.
Man, we 0-6, man. You see, we just lost. I just saw it on TV, man.
No, I'm saying never mind the record, bro. But man, why you want to connect me
Sorry to hear that, bro.
to the Yankees, bro? No,
You're saying the Yankees are 0-6?
Now the Braves.
no, Braves are.
I was thinking I've been hearing about the Yankees and their bats. Maybe they can sell some to the Braves.
Man, we need it right. We need it right now.
You did. A lot of players is already getting their bats made.
Yeah, I saw.
Since they done found out it's legal to have.
I saw Bryce Harper had some shipped to him. So,
I heard I heard Louisville Slugger dropped their ended their sponsorship with Major League Baseball. Did y'all hear that?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
So there was it used to be an old joke about golf. I guess it's coming back for baseball that they don't juice the players, they juice the equipment.
Right. Right.
So now baseball is going to juice the equipment, huh?
Yeah. I mean, they
put the fat part of the bat towards the center instead of the very top, the way the bat looks.
Yep. And they scored 20 runs. I think that was last Saturday or something like that. They scored 20 runs. Like the first 4 batters hit home runs. They were crazy. So that's gonna be baseball. You got a long season to go. I mean, Cliff knows this. All of us know, except for Marcus, since he a Dodger fan. But the Braves break our hearts a lot.
Yes, they do.
They used to break my heart a long time ago too.
Yeah,
then I grew up
dipped out.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm changing my affiliation to the Savannah Bananas.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that, Cliff. You can't go wrong.
They play baseball that I can actually watch and not almost fall asleep in.
Fall asleep. Yep. Yep. He right. I see they sold out Truist Park. I think that was was that last weekend?
They sold that. I think they sold that out. They sold out Raymond James Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
They've been selling that a lot. So,
man, the fan of banana. And somebody put them in the video game not too long ago.
Really?
Hey, I got some new. Hey, I got some baseball news for y'all. But go ahead, Miles.
Nah. Go ahead, Mike.
It says let me see if I can pronounce his name right. Mariucci Sports, which also owns Victor's brand, has replaced Louisville Slugger as the official bat of Major League Baseball, effective as of the first of this year, January, with a deal running through December 2029.
Wow.
Hey, dude, they gotta do like Cliff said. They gotta do what they gotta do.
I've never heard that brand before. I've never heard of that brand before.
Me neither,
bro. Me neither, bro.
Any of you guys ever been into the Louisville Slugger factory?
Oh no, I want to go.
You ever go to Louisville, Kentucky? Stop by. It's pretty cool.
I heard it's nice. Yeah. Man,
yes.
But when the last time the Braves been 0-6? I'm trying to think.
I have no idea. It's been a while.
I knew the last time I know the last time they was 0-5, we won the World Series. That was 2021. So,
hey, the good news is it's a really, really long season.
Yeah.
So they got time.
So so we 0-6 now, right?
Yeah, they lost. They just Shea Ohtani hit a game-winning home run. That's how they lost tonight.
Man.
And then he wants to point at the hat and then look around.
I was wiping some dust off my face.
I'm gonna let him have that. Let him have it.
Cliff, just to give you a little insight, I used to be a Braves fan. For one thing, it wasn't necessarily how they played. It was that they let a lot of my favorite players go. Once I think the last person they cut loose was Andrew Jones. Once he was gone, I was out of there. Then I was hoping eventually Terry Pendleton would get a manager spot. They never gave it to him, so that soured me also. And another thing too, I do it to mock these guys because see, unlike everyone else, I'm a fan of the Falcons
Oh
and
Lord.
the Hawks
No Hawks,
and
but
and
Falcons.
and the Bulldogs. That's where I'm going.
I
See,
know where you're going.
I'm the
I know
reverse.
where
I'm
you're
the
going.
reverse Georgia sports fan. How everyone in Georgia cheers for the Braves but goes against the other teams. I'm the reverse. I go for all the other teams but don't go for the Braves.
That's right. All right, that's respectable. Hey, you could be a Georgia Tech fan. You know, they're in Atlanta.
I like that basketball team. Yeah,
So
I really don't have
this is a debate I've had with several people because I saw a lot of people. You know, Georgia's basketball team actually beat Florida about 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And a lot of people came out of the woodworks and were like talking about Georgia basketball. And I'm like, hang on, y'all talk about Duke all the time. Y'all didn't even know Georgia had a basketball team until you beat Florida.
Mhm.
Right.
So there's a whole it's like they're either Duke fans, they're Carolina
Yep.
fans,
Yeah.
you know. I guess it's like Lakers, you know.
Yeah.
Lakers, Yankees.
I'm not a Lakers fan. I can tell you that right now.
Dallas Cowboys.
See,
You
we
know.
always, and I think this probably goes back to when we were in school, all back middle school age, probably even earlier than that. We followed players
Yep.
because we, you know, collected cards. We had the cards, we had the posters, we had whatever else. So, you know, we were all Michael Jordan fans. That doesn't mean we were going up to the United Center to go watch a game, but we all followed him. We all have baseball players we followed that might not have been Braves players. Of course, somebody might have liked Andrew or Dave Justice or
Mhm.
Maddox, Glavine, those guys back then. But I don't know. So a lot of the pro sports, I tend to follow players, and I'll pick a team because of a player.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. I
agree
don't
with that.
blame you.
Agree with that.
I don't blame you.
Agree with that.
Lakers all day. But
Oh no, man.
yeah.
Cliff, basketball, NBA, San Antonio Spurs. Until I lay in the ground,
Oh,
always have been and will continue to rep them boys.
I
As
think I
far as
remember that.
NBA, yeah, man, always.
the most
My
boring
love for
team in
them,
basketball.
my love for them started when Tim Duncan officially got drafted by them. That was in we was
97.
in '97. So there you go.
So you probably liked them back with the Admiral on there too, right?
Yep.
Yes, I have.
Yep.
Yes,
He
I have.
did.
Been with him, still with him now. So
Well, I was a Shaq fan.
Yeah, I remember that Cliff. Cliff was a Shaq dude.
I like Shaq. I like Shaq, and you know, when Shaq and Kobe got into it, you know, God rest his soul. You know, Shaq found it in his heart to forgive him. So, you know, I guess I should too, right? But
That's right. That's right. That's right, Cliff. That's right.
but that was a whole man. That was a crazy era of the Lakers. Man, they were larger than life. And then
Yep.
you had Shaq and Penny. Then you had Shaq and Kobe.
Mhm.
Yep.
Then you had just Kobe by himself, and Shaq went over to Phoenix, I think it was. I mean,
Miami first.
Miami. They're up. Yep. How could I forget the big three, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went with. Yeah. He went with D Wade. Yep. That's right. That's right.
Won a
So he went to
championship.
Miami, then Boston, and then Phoenix, if I'm
Was
not
Phoenix
mistaken.
his
In
last
that,
stop?
Nah, I think it
I
was
believe.
Boston.
Boston
I
was
think.
his last
I
team.
think Boston
He
was
went
his
to
last.
Phoenix after he left Miami.
Oh, okay. So
Then he went to Cleveland.
yeah, I
Then
forgot
he
about
Phoenix.
them.
He went everywhere.
Yeah, he went everywhere. Once he got old, he went everywhere. Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably made more money on commercials and endorsements than he did in basketball.
Yep.
Yeah, they say he's close to being a billionaire. If he
Man,
isn't already.
he's
That's a
killing it
really
as
good
a
30 for 30. If you guys have watched that, the documentary on
I haven't seen it.
on Shaq when he was at LSU. Really, it's
Yeah, I
really
No, I
watched
good.
haven't seen that.
on network, and plus they talked a
I
lot
didn't.
about it. Shaq documentary on HBO Max also.
Hmm, okay, that's what's up there. Man, this was fun, fellas.
Yeah, this was
Yeah,
fun.
man.
It was fun.
Yeah,
I
man.
was able to not fall asleep. How about that?
Hey man.
Salute to you, my friend. Salute to you.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm on spring break, so I can sleep in. How about that?
Yeah, man. Look, I know
That's
you're
yeah.
glad to have the week off, man.
Love it.
Oh man.
Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it,
Enjoy.
man.
Hey man, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Anytime. We will be watching your Florida Gators this weekend. You know, hopefully they get that win. That's right.
No
Look at
doubt.
that too.
That's right. Got Marcus even good. Look at that. Man, come on.
You know, Auburn is just if you watch Auburn basketball, they seem to be a really easy team to cheer against.
Yeah, I seen that, and you know what? I'm giving Florida the advantage this weekend. They haven't played their best basketball either.
Yeah, you're right about they have not played a complete game yet.
So
And UConn, Mike's team almost took us out. So UConn had the dagger ready, man.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We laid out the
Before
foundation, man. But
before we get out of here, you talking about Florida Gators. I always bring his name up. He was one of my favorite players at Florida.
Uh-oh.
Still is back in the day. Man, remember Teddy Dupay, man?
Yes.
I
yeah,
remember Teddy too. Yeah.
Boy, I wish he could have got out in the pros. Couldn't
I
stay out
hadn't
of
heard
trouble though.
I hadn't heard that name in a while.
Man, and you wanna know what crazy, Cliff? My daughter got to meet what's the tight end used to play for Florida? Is it Ben? Is it Ben
Ben
True?
True. Ben
Yeah,
True. Yeah.
he came to her school.
He does
Wow.
sports radio does he do it down by you guys or no?
Well, it was in Brunswick, but they got a radio station in the mall, which is crazy. But nobody's ever in there.
That's
So
right.
I think he been more like the Jacksonville area, pretty much.
Yeah, Ben was at one of the first Georgia Florida games I went to. Ben showed out, had a couple of touchdowns. He's legendary in that game,
Oh yeah.
and went
Oh
on and played in the NFL for a couple teams, I believe.
yeah. I know he played for the Titans. I remember he played for the Titans.
Titans, I can't remember the other one, but definitely the
Mhm.
Titans.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And my daughter was like, Dad, I got to meet Ben Troop. At first, I was like, Ben Troop. I was like, oh, played in Florida? I was like, you got to meet him? She was like, yeah. That's like, and now I think she kind of a Florida fan. She ain't told me that,
That's right.
but I think she a Florida fan. I'm surprised she ain't had me buy a shirt yet. So
Well, hey, the way it worked out for me was I just got to make up my own mind. So that's kind of where I landed. So, I
yeah,
wasn't born a Bulldog dog fan. So I got to pick who I wanted, and that's who I picked. Right?
right, right.
hey Miles, why don't you tell Cliff what kind of hat you bought while you was in Orlando, man?
Yeah, I got me a Gator hat.
All right, all
I
right.
got I, I got a Gator hat and I got a Florida State hat.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
You got
okay,
both. All
okay,
right.
okay, 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 okay,
yeah, but I got that Gator hat because of the basketball team. I sure did. Yeah,
okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
yeah.
I was just trying to see if it was gonna slide in that old tough old garnet and gold. That's all.
Yeah,
Just
I
making
put
sure.
y'all in there, man. Man,
Just
they
making
had a
sure.
deal on hats, so it looked good. Both of them looked good, so I got it.
They had a deal, so you just needed both.
Yeah, just needed both. That's it. I actually wanted to get a Georgia one too, but they ain't had it. So I had to get the UCF little astronaut hat, so it's all good.
There you
It's
go.
all, it's all good. It's all good. Well, fellas, this was
Not bad.
fun. It was great. Cliff, you're welcome anytime on the Channel 6 podcast.
All right.
Anytime.
I appreciate it.
For sure.
Anytime. Hey, we're going to have to make Cliff an honorary analyst or something. Because
Yeah,
I
we
know
gotta
you
get
got a
you, gotta
busy
get you back on
schedule.
here, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tell
Especially
me
when
when you
the
want me to come back.
football
I'll
season
do it
starts.
sometime.
Okay.
it's all about your schedule, my brother. You know what I mean? Whatever, what works best for you, man, and we can always just kind of work around.
Hey, I love talking about sports. I can do it forever. It seems like. So you guys probably the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can go, man. We can go. We can go
Yeah,
with the
and
best
we
of them.
just don't talk. And we just don't talk sports on here. We do an awareness segment. Try to get one in. Like last episode, we was talking about colon cancer. The episode before that, Miles was talking about his heart procedure.
Mm-hmm.
Then another episode, we was talking about how all these kids is using these vapes and stuff, getting sick. So,
And I would have loved that one.
Yeah. Cause I know you see a lot of it.
Lot of those.
Yeah.
Mm. We touch it all, man.
Yeah.
It's
And then too, Cliff,
anything.
man, any announcements you need us to make for the school or anything, Jay, just let us know. We'll do it
All
on
right,
here.
man.
Yeah, we got you. We got you,
Well, hey,
man.
I appreciate y'all.
Hey, man, no
No doubt,
problem.
man.
No problem.
good
Hey,
talking
We
to you,
I'll
go.
man.
We
man.
go.
Y'all watch the Masters. Let's see if any of our folks win, and we can talk about it afterwards. How about that?
All
Oh
right,
yeah.
we'll
Yes,
do
sir.
that.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
do that. We'll do that. Hey, Cliff, appreciate it, man.
Yes,
See you.
sir. Y'all take care. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you
Yeah,
too,
we
man.
will, man. You too, brother.
For
See
sure,
y'all.
for sure. All right.
All right.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. So was.
Yes, it was, man.
All right. Before we jump off of here, let me ask y'all a question. What the hell did Ja Morant just do, man? He really
What?
screwed himself.
You talking about? You talking about this right here? Talking about the hand gesture?
Yeah, he done
I
screwed
heard
himself.
some. I heard something about it.
Bruh.
I heard
Some
something
people
about it.
just some people just can't help themselves, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
Just doing a simple thing, gearing up, going to the where you play at, and just ball.
Can't do that.
That's it.
And
That's it.
the excuse they saying is, well, somebody from the Golden State bench did it first. It don't matter. You gotta let it go because they're not looking at him, whoever that was. I can't even tell you the player on the Golden State side that did it to him first. The point is, you the one got the reputation, y'all. So you can't do what everybody else do.
Right.
But yeah, when you watch the video back, somebody did do it at him first. But you, like I say, you can't do what everybody else do, man. You know his eyes on you, waiting for you to screw up again.
Yes. I don't understand why he don't see that, bruh. Like like they are waiting, bro.
He ain't got the right people around him, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you know the old cliche say, man, you are who you hang around, man.
Yeah. Because, I mean,
Mhm.
his
But
daddy,
see, in this situation, this wasn't like a situation at that club or in this car with this. This was during the game.
during the game,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that was even what that. So it right there, man, right there.
That was
That
during the
brain,
game.
bro.
That joker might be suspended before the playoffs even get going.
Yeah, they gonna hit him. They gonna hit him for some games now. You can
Yeah,
believe that.
and I don't. And that Nike check, he might lose that. He was already on thin ice with Nike.
Yep.
Cause didn't his last mess up? Didn't all those other people, the other endorsers, didn't they pull?
nobody pulled because he didn't really have a whole lot of endorsements. And the thing with Nike is they sold his shoe, they just didn't promote it.
Right.
Like they put it for sale, like he didn't have any commercials. When you go on the sneakers app, his shoe isn't on the front page, so you got to actually search his name. And technically, this is really his first shoe because the first shoe that put out really wasn't his shoe. It was Kyrie's shoe. It was the Kyrie shoe that they canceled because they cut Kyrie from Nike from doing way less than what Ja did. So Ja needed to pay attention because Kyrie didn't even do what you did. He ain't even on Nike no more. So they basically took the shoes that he had for Kyrie and just threw Ja Morant logo on it and sold it as a pair of J's.
Yep, that's exactly what they did. So that's gonna be. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I won't be shocked. Y'all be out the league in a couple years, man.
He keep that up. It hurts my nerve, bro. Young brother, man.
It was already murmurs. Coming out of Memphis that they was gonna basically pull what Dallas did with Luka. They know they already don't have to give him a supermax. They know they're not gonna win a ring with him, so they're gonna probably move him. They're gonna for sure move him now. Because these owners, they don't want to give no supermax.
Man.
So if they can win a championship without spending a whole lot of money, a lot of these teams rather do it.
Yep. Did they ever say why they fired their coach the other day?
I saw something about him and just lost. He just lost the. They went on that little loser streak, but the other part was he just lost. He lost the players, lost the locker room or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah,
they about to be in the playoff
season, man.
Exactly, but guess what though? Now here's the flip side. I don't know how true it is, but I did see this now. I did see him linked to my Spurs.
Be a head coach if Bob don't come back. In a situation in a situation like this, right? When you cut somebody loose like this towards the end of the season,
and you in play,
like the day he got let go, the Grizzlies was in 5th place. This don't sound like no basketball related stuff, dog. I'm gonna tell you what it looked like to me. It looked like an NBA Udoka situation. I ain't necessarily saying it was the same situation. Like, okay, he did something inappropriate with a female staff member, but all I'm saying is it couldn't have been basketball related. Just like the Ime Udoka situation wasn't basketball related in Boston. When when your team thinks this well, it can't be basketball related.
I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like to me. Sound like a Mike Brown situation. Listening to the players, like Ja. Hey man, I'm tired of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gonna go. The front office tired of Ja.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It'll come out eventually. It always do. So I guess we just have to wait and see.
Shout out to Carmelo Anthony going to the Hall of Fame.
First ballot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a big deal. Congrats to him. He deserves it.
Beat LeBron at something else.
A lot of people say, I don't agree with it, that the Pistons fumbled that draft by drafting Darko Milicic over Carmelo, even though they won the finals. that season. Darko didn't have nothing to do with it, but they did win the final, so it didn't make a difference.
Did y'all watch the All-American game last night?
Didn't know it was on.
Yeah, I sure didn't know.
Only reason I knew because it came to my phone.
To my high school football,
basketball.
Okay.
But I was wondering because
the McDonald's All-American, not the Jordan game, right? The McDonald's game.
Yeah.
Okay, so they ain't had the Jordan game yet.
Yeah, because I was wondering if the Carmelo's son play. That's why I was gonna ask y'all.
Yeah, I ain't seen, so I don't know, but more than likely he probably.
But I know he's gonna play in the Jordan one. I'm pretty sure.
Probably is. Oh no, I didn't know that game was on.
I showed, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
And one more question before we get out of here. Do you think your girl going to the WNBA?
Oh.
Paige?
Nah, Fly J.
Nah.
I don't think she's going either.
It would behoove a lot of these players, like old girl who just entered the transfer portal from Notre Dame. What's her name?
I know. Yeah.
That light skin one that got the curly hair.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know her name, but I know you're talking about though.
Because it's a chance by the end of this season, the WNBA might be in a lockout.
Ooh.
I would wait till if I'm these women, I would just either stay another year or go to transfer portal. Let the WNBA get a new collective bargaining worked out to see how much money you're gonna get. Then go to the league. But ain't no need in going if they about to lock out.
They about to lock out. Yeah.
So ain't no point in going. Ain't no point. I'd stay another year, especially if you know you're gonna get more money with your NILs in college anyway.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man.
That wouldn't be good if they go on a lockout though.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lockout out next year.
Yeah. But we at the 2 hour mark. Hell no, we ain't no 2 mile mark for that. Anyway, had a good talk with Cliff tonight. Chopped it up about the Masters. Got some college basketball, some college football in. Like I say, of course, I'm gonna get it chopped down, get it edited down, and post it for later. Tonight is Wednesday. We'll see what everybody got going on through the rest of the week. Might do something again another night. But that's it. We had a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes, we did, man.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, fella. Night.
Right, I'm gonna holler at y'all.
It's been fun, fellas. It's been fun. We out.
You can be anything you want to be. Remember, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't do the right thing, then nothing happens. But when you do right, guess what? Good things happen.